Sally from Dynamic Anatomy. I'm going to show you an exercise in this video which is looking at getting your gluteal muscles on one side and your quadratus lumborum, the muscle that runs from the rib cage down to the top of the pelvis, on the opposite side, working in conjunction with each other. You need a step or perhaps a few yoga blocks like this, or maybe a little pile of books. It's called a lateral drop down. I'll show you first from the front. What you're going to do is step on to the step on one side, press down into the ground, lift and spread your toes, so you really press down through the base of the big toe. Press down so that the opposite foot lifts up. Reach out through the heel and up through the toes. Soften the standing knee a little bit. Here, if you take your hands and put them onto the sides of your pelvis, you can get a bit of an idea of where your pelvis is in space. Maybe let your hips kind of wiggle side to side a little bit. And then with this knee soft, reach up through the crown of the head as you reach down through the heel of your dangling foot. So reaching down through the heel and up through the crown of the head at the same time. And what happens is the pelvis drops over to one side. So the hip kind of pops out a little bit on this side that you're standing on. The pelvis drops down to the opposite side. And then we'll press the ground away and draw the pelvis up on that opposite side. Drawing it up towards the rib cage. So we can start like this, pressing down and pressing up, and we get this little kind of wiggling side to side of the pelvis as we do so. And then lift the hands, and as you reach down with the foot, you can reach up through the hand to give you more of an opening along the side of the body, and then pressing and reaching up through the opposite hand. So we're getting the rib cage. This is helping to kind of emphasize this side to side movement of the rib cage, and that is what our quadratus lumborum is helping us to do, this side to side movement of the rib cage. Reaching up and reaching down. You'll find quite quickly you can feel it in the side of your hips and your gluteal muscles, the stabilizers of the hip and pelvis. I'll show you on the opposite side, facing away. So stepping onto your step, your blocks, your books. You want your foot kind of lined up with the inside. Press the ground away to lift up. Hands can come onto the side of the pelvis. And then with his toes reaching up, heel reaching down, soften the standing knee, and we'll reach down through the foot so the pelvis just gently tips down to the side. And then drawing up, down, and up. Down, and up. And then take the hands up above, reach down as you reach up to open the side, and then up as you reach down. And after a few repetitions, you can start to really feel stuff working on the side of the pelvis, and perhaps a little bit on the opposite side as well, through the QL. Now, I'd recommend doing as many as you can to feel like you've started to get some fatigue. So when you start to kind of lose your ability to keep that form, to keep a sense of being in control of what's going on with your body. It might be just 5 or 6 repetitions before that starts to happen. And repeating that, if you can, on a daily basis, to just get some engagement through sides of the pelvis and sides of the lower back, to help cue them in a little bit more, give you more of a sense of where things are working in your body. All right.